Chapter 51. Of certain observations, producing wonderful virtues. They say that certain acts and observations have a certain power of natural things, that they believe diseases may be expelled, or brought thus, and thus. So they say that quartains may be driven away if the parings of the nails of the sick be bound to the neck of a live eel in a linen cloth, and she be let go into the water. And Pliny saith, that the paring of a sick man's nails of his feet and hands being mixed with wax, cure quartan, tertian, and quotidian ague, and if they be before sun rising fastened to another man's gate, will cure such like diseases. In like manner let all the parings of the nails be put into pismires caves, anthills, and they say that that which begun to draw the nails first must be taken, and bound to the neck, and by this means will the disease be removed. They say that by wood stricken with lightning, and cast behind the back with one's hands, any disease may be cured, and in quartains a piece of a nail from a gibbet, wrapped up in wool, and hanged about the neck, cures them. Also a rope doth the like, that is taken from a gallows, and hid underground, that the sun cannot reach it. Also the throat of him that hath a hard swelling, or imposthume, aposteme, abscess, being touched with the hand of him that died by an immature death, is cured thereby. Also they say, that a woman is presently eased of her hard travel, labor, if any one shall put into the bed, where the woman in travel, labor, is, a stone, or dart, with which either of these animals, viz. a man, a boar, or a bear were at one blow killed. The same also, as they say, doth a spear that is pulled out of the body of a man, if it shall not first touch the ground. Also they say that arrows pulled out of the body of a man, if they have not touched the earth, and be put under any one lying down, will procure love. Also they say that the falling sickness is cured by meat made of the flesh of a wild beast, slain in the same manner as a man is slain. Also they say that a man's eyes that are washed 3 times with the water wherein he hath washed his feet, shall never be sore or bleary. It is said that some do cure diseases of the groin with thread, taken out of the weaver's loom, being tied, in 9 or 7 knots, the name of some widow being named at every knot. Also the spleen of cattle, extended upon pained spleens, cures them, if he that applies it, saith that he is applying a medicine to the spleen to cure, and ease it. After this, they say, the patient must be shut into a sleeping room, the door, being sealed up with a ring, and some verse be repeated over 19 times. The urine of a green lizard cures the same disease, if it be hanged up in a pot before the patient's bedchamber, so that he may, as he comes in and out, touch it with his hand. Also a lizard killed in the urine of a calf, as they say, retains his lust that put it in, but he that shall put his own urine into a dog's urine, is said to be made thereby dealt of venerous acts, and to feel a benumedness in his loins. They say, that if one's own urine be dropped upon the foot in the morning, it is a remedy against all evil medicines. And a little frog climbing up a tree, if any one shall spit in his mouth, and then let him escape, is said to cure cough. It is a wonderful thing, but easy to experience, what Pliny speaks of, if any one shall be sorry for any blow that he hath given another afar off, or nigh at hand, if he shall presently spit into the middle of that hand with which he gave the blow, the party that was smitten shall presently be freed from pain. This hath been approved of in a 4-footed beast that hath been sorely hurt. Some there are that aggravate the blow before they give it. In like manner spittle, carried in the hand, or to spit in the shoe, of the right foot before it be put on, is good when any one passeth through a dangerous place. They say that wolves will not come to a field, if one of them be taken, and the blood let by little and little out of his legs, being unbroken, with a knife, and sprinkled about the outsides of the field, and he himself be buried in that place, from which he was first drawn. The Mathanenses, citizens of Troesenum, accounted it as a present remedy for preserving of vines from the wrong of the southern wind, having always found it by most certain experience, if whilst the wind blows, a white cock should be pulled to pieces in the middle by 2 men, both which keeping their part, must walk round the vineyard, and both meeting in the place from whence they began their circuit, must that place bury the pieces of the cock. They say also that if any one shall hold a viper over a vapor with a staff, he shall prophesy, and that the staff wherewith a snake was beaten is good against diseases of breeding women. These things Pliny recites. It is said also in gathering roots and herbs, we must draw 3 circles round about them, first with a sword, then dig them up, taking heed in the meantime of a contrary wind. Also they say, that if any one shall measure a dead man with a rope, first from the elbow to the biggest finger, then from the shoulder to the same finger, and afterwards from the head to the feet, making thrice those mensurations, if anyone afterwards shall be measured with the same rope in the same manner, he shall not prosper, but be unfortunate, and fall into misery, and sadness. And Albertus out of Tyrannus saith, that if any woman hath enchanted thee to love her, take the sheet, gown, she lies in, and piss through her hood, and her right sleeve, out of doors, and the enchantment will be quitted. And Pliny saith, that to sit by women great with child, pregnant, or when a medicine is given to any one of them, the fingers being joined together like the teeth of a comb, is a charm. This was known by experience in Alcmena breeding Hercules, and so much the worse, if that be done about one, or both knees. Also to sit cross-legged, is sorcery, therefore it was forbidden, to be done in the councils of princes, and rulers, as a thing which hindered all acts. And it is said, if any one standing before the door call the man by his name, that is lying with a woman, and he answer, if then he fasten a knife, or needle on the door, and break it, the edge being downward, he that is in the bed with the woman cannot couple with her as long as those things shall be there.